We just saw some funny shit on that television right there. It ain't funny. It's fucked up, right?
It was funny as shit. Fuck it.
That shit fucked up.
Hey,
Don't even tell them.
hey, but shout out video, man. Late night. Pearl Riders NT.
Video number 1. Check my earrings.
Coming live to you from Trilla
I don't
Spot,
care
man.
because it's flaw. I know you want to say it's flaw. So
Yeah, indeed. Cause shit, check my earrings. Shit, yeah, I'm sparkling.
I'm smart shit though. The nakedness.
Nakedness.
Naked.
Yeah,
All right,
you
video.
look
Shout
like-
out number 1.
You like Tina Turner? She got fucked up.
Shout out number 1.
Y'all still shouting out?
Tina Turner.
Tina Turner.
Shaquinta. Shaquinta.
Hey man, nobody give you.
Come on, bro. Come on, bro.
Oh man. Who it was? LaCora all day.
Cora?
All day and tomorrow. Shout out to Zach Palmer, man. ZP3.
ZP, Mr. Publix.
I spy my cricket eye.
Did you guys say that?
Got to, cause it rhymes. It goes together.
Shout out to my little fire buddy, Vontae.
Shout out to Amber Bailey, man, from the Lean.
Shout out,
Dunkin' Donuts.
shout out to Treese B from LG. I don't like y'all.
Shout out to Brittany Stubbs, aka Lil Nate.
Shout out to Brittany Stubbs again over here. Yes, he said Lil Nate.
Yeah, I said it. So, shout out to Tierra Sykes, man.
I wish I was doing my
Sure problem.
Shout out to Mandaboo, my mall buddy.
Shout out to Chantel, Ladybug, man. PSC Goon.
Shout out to ZP again.
Shout out to Quentin Burks, Juk City.
Shout out to One Mootney.
Shout out to Carisha.
Shout out to Kayla Davis.
Shout out to Letitia Shaw, Cuzzo.
Shout out to Jada Young.
Shout out to Tashari Waring.
Shout out to Kenny Davis.
Shout out to Bree Sims. Holla at me.
Shout out to Anisha Bird, my niece.
Shout out to Najaya Brad.
Shout out to Rufus Bird, my nephew and my brother.
Shout out to Ashley Negron. Congrats on the jit.
I said shout out to Kenny.
I don't know, bro.
Shout out to Kenny Davis again. If I say shout out to Judy Davis, my mama. Mama.
Shout out to Michelle. Shout out to Abby. I don't do you, Abby, because you ain't come to the spring game, so you stuck like Cutler, mama.
Shout out to Daddy Davis, Papa Smooth.
Shout out,
That
hey.
nigga think he's smooth.
Shout out to my world, man. My heart, Lolo.
Shout out to Cher. Shout out to Earl.
Shout out to Earl.
Hey, Earl, man.
Shout out to Kathy.
Earl a thug, boy.
Shout out to GJ.
Preacher. Yeah, my boy.
Crystal Pete. Shout out to Shaw. Shout out to Alicia Shaw. Shout out to Scooter.
Shout out to Alexis Jones. You cute ass.
You got a ride on this one.
Huh?
You got a ride on yours.
Oh, okay, you done? Go out the head. Shit.
Shit. Shout out to Jasmine Virgil, man.
Shout out to Amnesty. I'ma kick your ass.
Shout out to One Moot, man.
Shout out to Jeff Gent.
Shout out
Papa.
Shout out to Zoe, Scrap, Marcus Cunningham.
Carisha Bryant.
Shout out to Chad Abrams, Triple C's.
Shout out to Avery Jackson, little bruh. The
Shout
little crazy. Remember he shout out to Fred. Remember he jacked up Fred.
Shout out to Fred. Shout out to Diego.
Shout out to Chris Jacobs, Polk State nigga.
Shout out to one Jack, man, Mr. Ellie Nation.
Shout out to Miss Flo, Monche Stephens.
Shout out to Mondra Fisher.
Shout out to Lil Soup, Michael Crawford.
Shout out to Breon, man, my brother's sister. I don't know you like that.
Shout out to Breon, my little sister. Shout out to my love, Tyra.
Shout out to my love, Otis. Shout out to my bestie Madeline.
Shout out to my bestie Deaja Stokes.
Shout out to Keandra.
Shout out to my bestie TT.
Shout out to my bestie Treasure.
And shout out to my bestie Jazz LeGrant.
You got too many fucking besties.
That's all my besties. Oh, I got another bestie. Shout out to my bestie Sierra Johnson.
Oh yeah. Shout out to Key Sierra. Shout out to the GJ girl Dee. Shout out to Kiera. Shout out to Reese.
Shout out to Missy. Shout out to Keisha. My nigga. Shout out to Michelle, little drunk
Shout out to Michelle.
Your little drunk ass. My girl passed out and woke up and started drinking again.
Shout out to who else it is? I chill.
Shout out to Rashard Napier, Mr. Polo.
Shout out to Melissa, Alex mama.
Shout out to Alex.
Shout out to Jazz. Shout out to Mercedes, Tasha.
Shout out to Candace, Team Candace.
Shout out to Tasha Harry baby.
Shout out to 13.
Shout out to Crutchfield, man, all day.
Talk about my cousin.
Whatever, shout it.
Oh, baby.
Whatever, shout it.
Shout out to Sean.
Shout out to Patience. She's asleep right now.
Shout out to John Trez.
Shout out to
This
Ava.
baby.
Hey, oh no! Shout out to Lil Baby.
Lil Baby.
Lil Baby. Shout out to Lil Baby Mama.
Shout out. I can't even say it.
Oh, you mad, man.
Shout out to Michelle.
Shout out to Trina, man.
That's what I'm gonna say.
Shout that shit. Shout out to Trina, man.
Who else we got?
Shout out to John. Shout out to Kwani Pooh.
Shout out to Lil Foot. You guys are idiots. In there eating.
Oh, shout out to our cousin King, man. You sometime with the boys. Who else? Shout out to Tay Tay.
Shout out to Diego, my cousin.
Shout out to Take Flight.
Shout out to Jasmine Dougal, my cousin.
Oh, I thought I already hit
Shout out
that.
to Kiesha Morris, my cousin. Shout out to Talea.
Shout out to Lele.
Shout out
Shalania.
to Ike. Shout out to fuck you, Ike. Shout out to Shakar Graham.
No. Shout out. Fuck you, Ike. Fuck the Ike. Shout out to Javille, man. Shout out to Loose.
Shout out to Trey U. That boy
Shout
be
out-
slinging that thing, boy.
Shout out to the spicy Dorito click.
Shout out to Eric Carter, even though you spread on the lean, you feel me? I still fuck with you, bro. I fuck with you, bro.
Shout out to the Jerk Boys Nation.
Shout out to Corey, Dooley, lil' bruh, Alshon, Bake Man. Hey,
Shout out to Luther Vandross because I just seen him on TV. Big Luther, not Lil Luther, Big Luther. Like when he was Luther. That's why I fuck.
Luther. Your little Luther sponge.
Shout out to all the 90s babies around here.
91.
For sure.
Shout out to all these 90 babies. If you ain't 90, we ain't fucking with you.
That's everybody.
If you ain't 90, or in the 90s.
Look what
So
I
you
just
like
said.
the
If
old-
you're not,
So you like them old motherfuckers.
I like some old.
So you gonna wipe their ass. My bad.
Shout out to Desiree, man. Shout out to Ariel.
Shout out to Weber.
Hey, shout out to West K.
Shout out to Florida State, Chad Abrams. Shout out to Zoe, my
Zoe.
brother, our
FAU.
brother. You feel me?
FAU.
Who else we got?
Shout out to PSC,
Shout
man.
out
I'm
to,
gonna be taking summer classes there.
Shout out to Booby.
Shout out to
Oh, check
Antonisha.
this out. Watch all these nicknames I throw. Shout out to Booney, Wooby, Booby, Wooney,
Van Plot.
Smooth. Shout out to Vic.
That was, shout out to my boy Suave Smooth, man.
Booby. I put hold on. It's three of them. Booby, Wooby, and Booney.
Shout out to my boy Booney. Congrats on the shorty.
Shout out to one Kenya.
Shout out to everybody that
Shout out to Slim Daddy.
Shout out to everybody that's getting legit. I'm finna cop me one off of eBay in a minute.
I'm gonna borrow his.
Man, we gonna shut out. We
I
gonna
get-
put
I'm a-
gas in it like the Pearl. Shout out to the Pearl. Shout out to the Pearl. Ride or die with you, boo.
That girl just got out the shop the other day.
Yeah, well, I heard she was in the hospital,
She
man.
went on a knife. Ain't nobody pray for her either. That was for real.
Yeah.
But y'all wanna like my status
Y'all
for
wanna
get
like
a
the status,
fucking
but y'all
shout
wanna
out.
pray.
Motherfuck y'all.
That's
cuz.
messed up, man.
We cussing a lot. I don't
Yes, indeed. Shout out to Marvin Gaye, man. Distant lovers. I did it all the time, man.
Shout out to my grandma, Joyce. Joyce Lois Iris. Joyce Lois Iris.
Shout out to my sister Brittany McClendon. Shout out to my sister Nikki. Shout out to Aunt Shamir, Janita.
They finna get mad at me. Alice.
Oh, they gonna be bad.
They gonna be so bad. Oh.
Shout out to who else it is? Shout out to my pastor, man, Pastor Ricky. Shout out to Redeem. Shout out to the Miracles. I think I was born off y'all. I think.
Who else?
Shout out to my daddy. Wherever you at, boy. You gonna see me soon. On TV. I think.
Oh no. Did we say Mootney?
Yeah, I said booty. Shout out to the man that sung Hey There Lonely Girl.
Shout out to G-Bo. Shout out to my auntie Rita. Shout out to my auntie Joy.
Shout out to Vaughn, man. Vaughn.
Shout out to Cappy.
Shout out to Lil Searcher. I don't do Big Searcher. Lil Searcher.
Shout out to Taylor Champion for the pool party. Everybody was slumped out there.
What pool party?
She had a pool party, don't worry about it. Shout out to Beb.
The one that was Tuesday.
Yeah.
Shout out to all the parties I don't go to.
Shout out to Ranisha Lockwood. Look at you.
Shout out to Brooke. Shout out to Brooke, baby mama.
Shout out to Bubbles.
Shout out to J Dog, man.
Shout out to Shakandra.
Shout out to Brooke mama.
Shout out to Arlisha. You don't even know which one to do. Both of y'all. How about that?
I know a couple of y'all, so all y'all.
Shout out, I said Venetia.
Yeah. Shout out to Mitch. Shout out to Grady.
Shout out to Hannah Williams.
Shout out to Head all day. Shout out to the football team at Weber.
Shout out to our flag football team from Polk State, nigga.
All county boys.
Shout out to Wiki, my cousin Kenesha Graham.
Shout out to Taylor Gang, man. Get these chucks on my feet.
Shout
out to
threw me off.
Shout out to Facebook.
Threw me off. Shout out to Sunday Speed.
Wow.
Shout out to KK. Shout out to Rashonda Fields.
Shout out to the KKK. Shout out to D Fields.
Shout out to Dontavius Overstreet, Keontae Bond, Shine Bond.
Shout out to Andre
Dre.
Shaw. Andre Shaw, J Pat,
B.A. Keith Rush. Who else we got? Shout out to Shonda.
Shout out to the twins. Y'all know y'all look alike.
Shout out to Javier and Lucy.
Yo. Man, who else it is? I bet. Shout out to the Isley brothers.
Shout out to Rena.
Shout out to Rainy and her shorty.
Oh, it's hot.
It is hot. Shout out to Triller, man, for blessing us with this heat. We is nothing without you, ma.
Shout out Charles Rourke. Shout out to my little one, Barto. You know Barto? No. Shay. No. You know what she said. Shout out to LaShawn Lawrence. What?
She got a girlfriend.
Who? Nah.
You mad? You mad? Shout out to Smooth for the madness, man.
He said, do I have a girlfriend? And I said no, because I don't. Put that on the book.
I know what he just said. I swear I don't, bro.
I ain't say that, nigga.
Looking like, oh, damn. Shout out to Avaz stand up all night.
Shout out to Shalania Bride, Lil Duncan ass.
Shalania, you still dunking, girl? Man, I'm tired of this shit. We done, man. We out here. We gonna hit y'all ass with another.
Shout out to Big Greg.
Shout out to the gold man, Big Will.
Big Mel.
One of them. He did my gold, cuz that's the last.
Oh, shout out to Lids for the lids.
Shout out to the Lakeland Mall.
Shout out to food court for the samples, nigga.
Sample. Yummy for your tummy. Shout out to the L, man. Shout out to the L, not the school. Fuck y'all.
Shout out to CCI for giving a nigga an interview and ain't put a nigga on.
Hey, shout out to Pope Works, man, for putting me on, man.
Oh, you got a job?
Yeah, bro. I'm finna work at Triple Threat. Triple Ego.
Triple threat?
Triple
That's
Ego.
like a basketball move. Like triple.
It is a basketball move. Sorry. But hey, man, we can't lie to y'all from Triller Spot, man. We'll holler at y'all.
Video number 2 tomorrow.
Video number 2 tomorrow.
Feel me? Holla at y'all, nigga. Banked up, I'm tatted up.